Okay, I got you. Yeah. Do you know how it feels? The wind chills, the skin steals, the stroke of my swim skills. Maybe reasons we friends still. A slim kill, my humor is twisted. Laugh at the fairy tale and every rumor existed. Lunar specific, depicted you my moon, you my rock. Had made a sunset any moments, assumed or forgot. Groomed on the spot, my tongue the key for your room to unlock. A clean sweep don't even matter, jump room or you're not. Akuna Matata, Lion King, I'm just speaking my truth. Love a battle, I'm not the soldier, retreat, I regroup. Sweet in the tooth, just being eye candy. Hot as Miami. If I'm pulling your leg, baby, flex with the side hammy. Can we puff a raw cone in the place that we call home? Such fun in your anatomy, tickling gallstones. Walls blown, soon as draw shown. T's and tan lines. I love it withstand time while further with mankind. One love.
Hey, I love
Shit.
that. That was awesome.
Oh yeah.
That was a nice flow right
Oh
there.
yeah. I just had to show them the versatility, you know what I'm saying? Put it out there for the women, cause well, I hope they felt it out there too. If I'm making them feel things, I hope they all feeling that. You feel me? All right. So with that mood being set, let's introduce everybody. This is Joe Moff on the mic. Go ahead. Ryan, go
Hey,
ahead.
this is the first lady.
Phone was like, say your name. Man. Stop
Come on now, stop pump faking. Had enough pump
This is your
faking.
girl, Egyptian.
Go ahead.
Hey, it's Cool Hunter, man. I'm doing something crazy on my live, so and we sharing the mic because we got our first guest in here for episode 20.
And we want her to introduce her lovely self.
For episode 20.
Hey guys, I'm Syria Flo. Thanks for having me today.
No
Good
problem.
to have you.
No problem. No problem.
It's gonna be interesting tonight, man. Go ahead, Joe.
'Cause this is a women's appreciation episode. You know what I'm saying? We appreciating women out there. Damn, dog, off the brick. We got a caller, nigga. Hey, what's good? What's good, caller? Holla. What's up with you?
What's happening?
What's
Hey.
happening?
Hi.
Who this, caller?
Talk to us.
It's AJ.
AJ, what it do, B? Where you from? Where you calling from?
I'm from Texas, but I'm residing in Maryland right now. I follow the first lady, so
Oh, okay.
Put me on,
Hey,
y'all.
AJ.
Okay. So what you calling about, bruh? Because this is a women appreciation episode. You got something to show your love and appreciation for women, or what's up? Or you just calling to say you fuck with the
and
show?
I was raised by a strong black woman,
Okay.
and so I'm all for black-owned businesses, black
Okay.
leaders, black woman leaders.
There you go.
So as much as we can, our women is just as strong as our men. So equality is the main thing.
My man, all right.
That's right.
AJ coming with the
Speaking
good
the
tunes
truth.
and shit. That's what's up.
Much love, AJ.
All
Much
right,
love,
man. We're
AJ.
gonna keep it moving, AJ. We appreciate you being our first caller today, man. Keep listening, doc.
Stay tuned. Stay
Ain't no thing,
tuned.
ain't no thing.
All right, baby.
See ya.
My man. Hi, AJ came with the banger. All right, but yeah, we showing love, dog. And we talk because he said he been raised by a strong woman. I was raised by a strong woman too, dog. My mom is the bomb. You feel me? And
Especially because she's a Gemini.
yeah, that too, but you know what I'm saying? But that's just my mom, you know what I'm saying? My mom, but you know what my mom showed me, and my sister, and my grandmother, my aunts, you know what they showed me though? They showed me that it's a godly love from a black woman, dog. It's a powerful godly love that you wouldn't even understand unless you like experienced it. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody hold me down like a black woman has in my life. I don't know about y'all. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know a lot of niggas, but niggas ain't done shit for me like black women have. You feel me?
Okay.
And that's why I say, like, I didn't even know it was Women Appreciation Month. I didn't even know that to the day. This was on my heart. Like, look, we got y'all like show some love out there to the women. They going out here through the struggle. You know what I'm saying? They not getting paid. They the money that they job like deserve. You know what I'm saying? And we say Viola was talking about that the other day, T.
Viola Davis, yeah. She I don't know what interview she was doing or what show she was on, but she was talking about how they were saying that she was just as good as Meryl Streep.
I
And
think
she
she
was
better.
like, well, if I'm as good as Meryl Streep, pay me Meryl Streep money. Like, why do I have to beg for my money?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I'm
Yeah,
glad
she
that
is
she's
better.
speaking out about that. I'm glad she ain't quiet about that. You know what I mean? I'm a firm believer that, you know, and we was talking about Monique last week, but, you know, I just feel like we shouldn't be quiet about the shit, even if, you know what I'm saying, you might not like a motherfucker's approach. I feel especially with women out here being like, yeah, just pay a little attention to it. You know what I'm saying? Because women out here being slighted, and I think it being the fact it's a man's world, a lot of times men don't know how to empathize with the struggle of a woman and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why I wanted to put the question out there for callers, like, you know what I'm saying, for the women, like, you know what I'm saying, call up and let brothers know. Can you call our number up? Can you tell what's the number, E?
The number is 202-652-0708.
And call us up and let us know, you know what I'm saying, what can men do to make to show that they appreciate y'all? Like what can we do to make it better? Like you know what I'm saying? It's be tension, but what can niggas do to make it better? You know what I'm saying?
So until somebody calls up, right?
Okay.
I think this might be a good time to bring up something we've been meaning to talk about. Is there a real disconnect between black men and women?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, bro.
Since it's a Women's Appreciation Month, I think this would be something good for the ladies to speak on. So, how do y'all feel about where
That was good, Hunter.
connections are between black men and women?
That was good, Hunter.
Are we talking about as far as
I'm
relationships?
thinking.
I think
Yes.
sometimes a man,
Yes.
because I've only dealt with black men, a black man will let their pride get in the way
That's
of
true.
being
Talk
who
about
they
it.
really are.
Talk about
When
it.
they have someone to help, be a partner with them, to be their backbone, their strength. If you have a woman that is there for you, that has really got your back, I think you should let her be who she is as well as she lets you be who you are.
Yes.
And that's coming with trusting her with your heart.
I agree.
Trusting her with your heart, not being afraid, because you never know when I'm gonna need you neither.
Right.
So put your pride down and just open up as a man and just be a human. You know,
Okay.
everyone has emotions and feelings. So
Yeah.
I think that's what we need to understand. All being hard or all being too sensitive and shit.
Yeah.
We all have the same feelings.
Yeah.
So
in
it's
the
a
core.
balance.
Yeah, I feel you. Women have egos too, though. Let's put that out there.
Yeah, and I
do.
said that too. I said it just has to be a balance.
I
But
feel you, though.
If
That's
I'm
what's
giving
up.
you that equal, and I'm giving you that opportunity to be open to it,
Yeah,
then
you should reciprocate it. Yeah,
absolutely.
I
So
feel
that's what I have. That's all I have.
what y'all ladies feel.
There's definitely an emotional disconnect. Like Egypt said, men are afraid to be vulnerable with their woman. And I think that's where the disconnect comes in, because they look at it as weak or gay.
But when you
Some
say
people may say. So,
vulnerable, what you mean? Like you want a nigga to cry in front of you and shit? Like that's what you saying?
I mean, if that's how he feel, then do it. But if express yourself, men
Right.
don't positively express themselves enough
Even when
to
it comes
their
to
woman.
financially.
Yeah.
Like if I want to do something for you financially and you don't have it, don't be afraid to come to me and ask me, because I'm damn sure going to come to you and say, hey, daddy, I don't have the coins. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
right.
So I
mean,
just feel that.
That's tough.
True.
Go ahead.
I mean, for me, I think that it comes with it's situational, because I've dealt with situations where there has been a man that didn't know how to connect emotionally. Then I dealt with a man that did. He knew how to communicate. He knew, but I mean, I think the comfortability and then the years that we had together. So it's just more so about, I guess, the trust and being open and honest with what you are willing to show another person. I think that when men are dealing with women on a surface level, they're not going to connect. They're going to just be these fly-by type of guys.
I agree.
And it's like, why do I gotta connect with you when why do I need to really connect with you if we're not in that space? So I think it's kind of bad though, because it's like if you guys are in a certain space together and you're spending time, give me some emotion,
Hold
okay?
up. Hey, hold on, hold on, Serena.
you can
Ryan,
give
we
me
got
other things.
We got a call. We
you
got a
know,
call. Hold up.
So just,
Caller, what it do? Hello?
Hello?
What's up, brother? Caller, what's good?
This AJ calling again.
Hey, say what it do? Hey, say the 2 times. What's good, my nigga?
I just wanted to add that a man who has a great relationship with his mother, a great relationship with their mother, will have no problem opening up with their woman.
Come on now,
because
preach.
their mother has showed them how to open up and how to be that caring individual and how to respect a woman's needs and how to like I'm saying, going back to my mother, like I love my mother dearly. Like it was just me and my mom and my sister, and it's not even learning the game. It's just learning how to move and operate and how to compromise.
Yeah.
And that's really pretty much what it's all about. So once you learn that from your mother, it'll easy to be translate that to your woman. Not saying that you should treat your woman like your mother, because that's two different respect levels, but you move accordingly.
Yeah, nah, that's real shit though, AJ. I agree with you on that, bro. I really do, man. I appreciate you called again. Two times with the Jews, bro.
Hey, shout out to AJ.
Hey, 2 times AJ right there. Okay.
AJ on the show.
Hey, appreciate you, AJ. Keep listening, my nigga.
Y'all have a good one.
All right, baby.
Bye,
AJ.
Bye.
All right. Yeah, I agree with everybody though. You know what I'm saying? But trust, being vulnerable and trusting somebody, I think that's a human being struggle. It's not just
trust is really earned.
But especially in the day and age we living in, those are two things it's hard for a human being to trust somebody and to be vulnerable with somebody. That you asking a lot right now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
That's why I say it depends on the years and the comfortability.
I agree. That's why I say I agree with you.
That's the only way to get further. Like, down the be with somebody for a long time down the road is if you open up. And you're honest.
Yeah.
Because you are gonna have to be vulnerable sometimes.
Yeah, I think that's something that'll make you like not deal with that person if they're closed off with opening up. I know for me, I'm an emotional female, and I kind of mask it in the beginning because you don't need to see all that. But I feel like you have to give me something to work with, because I just don't want a continuous surface relationship. Like everything is cool. Oh, why you getting so this, or why you getting so that? Like, we're human beings, so we're gonna feel an emotion whether we want it to happen or not. Something is gonna affect you in some type of way that I did that you didn't like, or vice versa, or even with your own struggles in life, with your business, with your career, with your family. So you saying, oh no, I'm good. You can't be good every single time. That is where we come into play with mental illness, because we hold so much inside. We hold so much mentally inside. We hold so much in our heart. We hold so much to ourselves that when we actually release, you blowing up on somebody, and it's like, lied. Why? You could have talked to me at this point, and that actually happened in my life with one of my with my dad. He held so much stuff in, and then like, boom, I'm like, Dad, you could have called me. I know I'm your daughter, but I'm still here to talk to. Like, even if you don't feel like you can go, talk to your brother or your sister, like somebody that you feel that's your peer. Close, because you don't have your parents anymore. My grandparents are deceased, but it's like, talk to somebody, release it. Don't hold on to that.
Interesting.
Definitely.
So to kind of switch it to another ghetto, right? So, like, it's Women Appreciation Month, so it's 2018. Yes. So, how are ladies like balancing the playing field in a sense, like from standards of,
them standards high, baby.
Well, not just the standard. I'm talking the standard of just maybe dating more than one dude at a time, or
I'm not with it. That's nothing new.
Man,
I'm not with that.
You're having sex with more than one man at a time, or we've talked about side pieces before, but not to go too far into some raunchy stuff, but from a woman's perspective, women generally deal with what we do more to them than they do to us, right?
Well, see, for me, I don't like the whole. I know this is like not common, because people in this day and age are like so geared to like dealing with multiple people, but I don't like the double dip. I don't like dealing with multiple people at one time. I don't like to remember a whole bunch of stuff about you and then have to remember the same thing about this one over here.
Now, that's
all right now.
I'm not doing that. But I also like I said, it's for me. I gotta have that human connection. I can't feel like I'm having a human connection with you over here, and gotta give the same amount of 100% energy to this one over here. And maybe because of this, I don't know how to like compartmentalize different things with different people.
Compartmentalize is a good word.
So I just, putting things in different folders for this one over here. So I mean, for me, it's I don't know. I'm an introvert too. So I like my time alone. So if you get my attention, you did something, sir. You did something, because I don't give my energy out a lot. I'm very, very close.
So let me ask a question. let me ask her. I
believe in
want to ask a real nigga question.
Go ahead, girl.
I want to ask a real nigga question. Just because I just feel like I just it's on my heart. You know what I'm saying? But what do women like? Why do women jive? Like, this is what I'm saying. I feel like why do women? What gives women that? I don't want to sound like that. It's just certain kind of air about them where
Take a deep breath.
they jive like feel like they deserve. Like, what makes a woman? I want to know where the women out here. When I say is you worthy of what you asking for? You know, a lot of women jive like speak emotionally, and they be like, yeah, I'm this and I'm that. But if you really break it down, it's a lot of women out here. Not even a lot of women, it's a lot of people out here. You know what I'm saying? But I just see it with women a lot, where women want you to show your cards before they even develop a craft at playing the game.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
That's a solid point. Keep going.
And I jive like I know I dealt with that
I guess
growing
that's
up.
your standards, though.
And nothing wrong with having standards, but my thing is, I feel like the world teaches women to have standards before they teach women to have worth. Like, their worth is built on their standards instead of them building value within themselves and then creating the standards, because now they are really worth. So they didn't put self-value into themselves. It's like I feel like some women ego is with they pussy, and they feel like, oh, I got the pussy, so you gonna do this, or you gonna do that, or you should do that. But it should be a lot more than that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like
That's why they are single.
Yeah, but
I think it's the caliber
They
of women,
get
the
married
caliber of
and
the
get
lady.
divorced with nothing to you leaving with nothing.
Right.
The same you came in with.
yeah,
It's the caliber of the woman, though, really, honestly, because a lot of women are lost.
there you go. Real
and,
talk. Talk it now.
They don't understand what the true meaning and value is in to get the respect from that man.
Talk it now.
So if you are if you are very boisterous, if you are very disrespectful, if you are very selfish, you cannot require a man to give you this respect and this admiration and appreciation and attention if you are not giving that yourself. You have to be what you want to receive. So don't
That is so true.
don't expect something that you are not willing to give yourself. And I think that that's a thing that a lot of people don't understand about themselves as women. And I think that sometimes it could be double-sided too, because a lot of men don't know how to appreciate a good woman.
Yeah, oh, that's real
brings
shit.
Those values.
Oh, that's
All
real
right
shit.
now.
That's real shit.
We need to be able to make sure that we're connecting with those right people. So sometimes when women don't know that their worth, they will
Connect the same.
demand and expect, like, oh, you won't respect me because I got this.
Yeah.
And, you know, so
Or
yeah.
they do the opposite and settle.
Yeah,
Ooh.
and the lack thereof. I've seen it in so many situations where women will settle, knowing. And I was her because I was young, and I was like mesmerized, which is another inspiration for why I wrote the book.
We about to get into
I was
that.
very
Get
like,
into it.
It's
I
a
was
book we
so-
about to talk about,
yes,
people.
so
We
I
about to
was
jump into
like,
that.
you know, I didn't see past this man. And
Oh.
I was like, you know, well, I knew this is how my parents raised me, you know, as far as being a Christian woman. This is how they raised me to know what my standards are, you know, especially my mom. My mom used to drill it in my head about what I should expect. And I did carry myself as that type of woman. But when I met this man, he wasn't disrespectful or anything. We were like white on rice. Very, very close. But my standard and what I wanted from him wasn't there. And I had to go through those years of the relationship with him to see that maybe he's not exactly what I thought he wanted. He always respected me, was always very, loving and appreciative of me, but I still was settling in a sense because at the end of the day, we wasn't even equally yoked.
And you was feeling that? You was feeling that spiritually?
I was feeling that spiritually at the end, like right before we was together for 11
I'm
years.
hearing
now.
cash
God
shit.
damn.
I'm hearing cash shit. Hold on. Did somebody say something about a book? Somebody-
Oh yeah, we about to get into that right now. I just wanted to see what she was talking about.
So that's it could be that way. So I can only speak from experience.
So let's get into that book right there, because you said a lot right now. And I want to know about this book. Since that something like that inspires you to write this book. What's this book about? What's the name of this book? What's this book about?
The book is called God Encounter, and it is the revelation and realization that I had from leaving a 11-year relationship with someone who I was really in love with. And he's we have a son together. We had a life together. We were the best of friends, but we were not equally yoked. And it was the hardest decision I've ever had to make in my life. But when I tell you that I believe that God is completely real, because God was waking me up out of my sleep, I was asking, like, God, is this my husband? Is this my husband? Even after I said yes to the proposal, is this my husband? Is this my husband? And when he said no, I was like, what do you mean? I know this is my, so, like, just fighting that and, really coming to the realization that this is not going to be my life anymore. Like, it was devastating. So when I'm in turmoil or pain or depressed, I don't want to say depressed because I wasn't really depressed, but when I was when I left that relationship to get over the pain and to heal, I started writing. Literally, like, not even writing like how you would think I would be writing in a notepad. I was writing on my phone.
Right.
I was putting stuff down. Like, if I was at lunch, I'm an entrepreneur now, but I had a 9-to-5 before. And I would be at lunch, on my lunch break, writing notes in my phone, like, this is what I felt. This emotion made me feel this. And then I started asking God, like, what am I going to do? Because I really like writing plays. So I was like, this might be a stage play. But it wasn't. So I was like, what is it, God? He was like, a book. I said, no, I don't think it's a book.
You keep
But
telling God no. When he give
listen,
you
you can be, with me, I have a sense of control. And I want to make sure that I do stuff in my power, but God, you tell God your plans and he laughs at you like, that's not what's going to happen. So I did do that a couple of times. I said, no. And I finally asked, like, what type of book is this going to be? And when he said audio, I was like, God, I don't even like my voice. How's this an audio book? Like, no. So he told me it was an audio book, and I prayed and asked, and I went through, time with it. I wrote this book in 2015. And
I was going to ask about that.
Yeah, I wrote this book in 2015. It wasn't, it was just private notes to God. So that's essentially what the book is. It's an audio book with private notes, and I can read one of them to you guys.
Uh-oh. Read one.
Y'all ready to hear it?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so let me look in my Rolodex. Okay.
This is amazing. We have a lot of women that want to be their own boss,
Yes.
So that is to write your own book, to be your own entrepreneur.
you.
It has a lot to do with courage.
Yeah.
And that is
Absolutely.
yeah.
And faith.
Yeah.
Stepping out on faith, because
Absolutely.
you couldn't tell me this 2-3 years ago that I was going to be working for myself and actually surviving, because I'm a very cautious person. I don't like not knowing. Like I just told you guys, I have a sense of control. Like I have to know. Tell me, God, what's the next move? Like, so
Yeah.
like, just trust me.
Right.
You trust me, and I'm gonna make it
You have to trust
above
it.
what you can ask, above what you can think it will be. And you know, it's definitely been a faith walk for me to be an entrepreneur. But everything that I do, literally, I pray about, and it happens.
So
And
your book is like giving inspiration to like with other women that might have been in your same situation.
I hope so. I really do, because I've shared this too at my church. I go to First Baptist Church of Glen Arden, and I shared this. It's a class called Queen Esther, and I was in that class actually when I was going through my relationship, and I got engaged also while I was in there. It's a 2-year program, and even when I was engaged, and you know, I'm like superwoman when I'm in a relationship. I don't care if he not a Christian. I was protecting him, saving him from it. I don't care. Yeah, I'm shocking up. Yeah, with my, you know, like all of that. It was like I didn't really care because this was my relationship. So it was like I was protecting that at all costs. And some women think that they have to stay in that because they've been with him for the same amount of time I was, 10 years or 5 years or 8 years or whatever the case may be. So it's really about knowing your worth and knowing what you should and shouldn't settle for. So
That's what's up. So where can they get your book at?
it's going to be on Amazon, iTunes, Google Play, Tidal. It's going to be everywhere, guys.
Everywhere. Amazon.
When is the release date?
It's releasing March 16th, next Friday.
16th.
So if
Damn,
you're
right.
in DC and you want to come and meet me, please come. It's going to be at Edgewood Art Center. It's in this Brooklyn area. It's going to start at 7:30. So it's kind of going to be, it's not going to be your typical book signing or book release. It's going to be an art gallery theme.
All right.
Hey, you know what? That's crazy. Because I was, you know, how does somebody, you know, sign a audio copy?
Yeah,
of their
so
book?
that was my whole thing. I was like, well, it's not gonna be a book that I'm gonna be signing. So I have to make it interactive. So it's gonna be live music. It's gonna be
You read
an art gallery. I'm probably not gonna read it. I'm probably gonna have it played over the loudspeaker, and then we'll just talk about it.
Oh, that's
But
That's
I
dope.
may. It just depends. I've had a host, and he's very candid. So he probably will ask me to do kind of what you guys are asking me to do right now. So we'll see. We'll see.
Well, you know, why she finding that?
But she touched on a couple of things as far as like with women and, you know, interactions with men and things of that nature. We need some callers, first of all.
Man, fuck that. I was going to tell you right now.
What?
I was going to
What?
call out. I'm ready to call out niggas, though. You know what I'm saying? Because I
Let's
was
go
trying
then.
to tell you.
Let's
Because
go
I
then.
was trying to tell you, like I was saying outside, bruh. Niggas is soft. Niggas is soft out here, and I'm calling
you
y'all
got that
out.
on the notes.
I'm calling y'all out right now, brothers. Y'all acting real soft out here. I'm smelling real softness on y'all right now. You know what I'm saying? Cause dog, let me tell you some real shit, man.
Okay.
A wise man told me, you know what I'm saying? Dog, to love a black woman, it's a struggle, but it's a rewarding struggle, my nigga. The nigga, my father told me, right? He told me that brothers out here want it easy, and a lot of times brothers don't understand the reward that comes with loving a sister, dog. And at first when he told me that shit, I didn't really like feel that shit, but now, bro, I jive like believe it, bro. I believe it because I understand the struggle now. I understand, Jai, like the beginning of the like with the oppression, how it broke the family up, how it diminished the values, how we perceive each other.
Now we talking.
You know what I'm saying? So with all that, once you start to overstand that, you get an understanding about how to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Overstand, understand.
oh yeah. You start off with
That's
the
funny.
understanding. You feel me? So what I'm saying is, I'm a sit and call niggas out because a lot of brothers be out here talking about, and I was one of them too. Like, I don't want to deal with a sister attitude, this and that. But my nigga, I'm gonna tell you like this, bruh. Ain't nothing in this life that's really worth it is gonna come to you easy, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like in this world, like a diamond is made through pressure. You feel me? Pressure make the diamond. You feel me? And I'm gonna tell you, for the reason why you feel like it may be a struggle, maybe because it's something that's there that's worth it, my nigga. Worth it to actually make you fight to be better for your situation. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling niggas out here right now, bruh, if you claim to be a man, you claim to be a leader of your shit, leading it don't mean just talking, bruh. Leading mean walking. You feel me? So
I'm gonna tell you right now, y'all gonna go back to like episode 18, 19. Like, man, this nigga Joe done changed.
this nigga Joe changed a lot, nigga. This nigga Joe growing.
What happened to him,
But see, that's what I'm about. I'm about growing, my nigga.
Evolution.
Yeah, you feel me?
Evolution.
Yeah, because we appreciate some bitches. We appreciate some women. But I'm saying,
He done checked
I'm
himself.
saying that I appreciate
I
all
ain't have
of
to
them.
give him the eye this time.
The women, the bitches, the hoes. We loving them all today. We loving them all today. You know what I'm saying? I'm not being what you talking about? I'm not segregating. I'm not you know what I'm saying?
You're not being misogynistic.
I'm just loving them all right now. You know what I'm saying? For real. You know what I'm
I shouldn't have
saying?
said nothing. You look
But
good,
I'm growing, and as I'm growing, you
There
know
you
what
go.
I'm saying? I'm understanding that, you know, a lot of times we talk out of shit because we ignorant. We talk shit, we say things that we
That we
really
often
don't.
do.
Yeah, and we
All
don't
people
really
in different ways.
Yeah, and we don't really be understanding. But once you learn, then you can go back and you can say, hey, look, I learned some shit. Hold up, we got to call her.
Uh-oh.
Yo, Carla, what it do?
Who are you? Where you
What's
from?
going on, man? This is DeAndre. How y'all doing tonight, man?
DeAndre, what up,
What's
homie?
up? Talk to us, home.
No, man. I'm in California right now. I forgot y'all 3 hours ahead of me right now.
Hey, what
yeah.
the tree like? UBS.
Oh man, it's beautiful out. It's beautiful out here, man. The weather is 81, so.
Oh, man, you ain't have to say
Okay,
that.
okay.
Nice.
My nigga.
But no, touching down what y'all was talking about, you know, for the appreciation of black women, I guess that's the topic. So with me, I was gonna say I was raised in Alabama every summer growing up, so I was raised nothing but around women. So for me, you know, black women are just, you know, I mean, there's nothing better in this world than a black woman, of course. And the greatest thing I've ever learned from anybody was from a woman, which is my mother, and that's a work ethic. So my mother didn't raise lazy men, so I think if I didn't have my mother, I'd definitely be humming and bumming. But, you know, we grind. She raised grinders, man. Like, we can cook for ourselves. I can make peach cobbler lasagna because of my mom.
I love
Everything I learned in life through my mother and my grandmother. So
you out
You
there,
know.
you out there cooking them cobblers for them hoes, ain't you,
I
Nate?
like that.
man, listen, man, we had to learn to cook. She was like, if you don't find a woman that know how, you better learn how to do it yourself. So
You
My
gotta
man.
eat, right?
My
You
man.
gotta eat.
I can make Thanksgiving dinner with my eyes closed, bro.
My man.
Nice.
And that's on the real. But that's what I was calling to say. I know I always show y'all love when I can. So
Hey, we appreciate you, Dre. Always, dog. Keep calling, keep listening, homie.
all right, man. Y'all
Much
be easy.
love, much
God
love.
bless.
Always appreciate it.
All right.
Thanks, Dre. See ya.
Now let's go ahead. You got some things you want to put out with your book?
Well, I have one chapter. This is one of my favorite chapters. It's called Suffrage. So here it is. Your best is what I long for. Conversations fall on deaf ears because of pride, entitlement, fear, and the likes. How could love so sweet turn into something so evil? The behaviors of man cannot be trusted, not even my own. I'm a wreck, jacked up in need of a savior who can deliver me and elevate me to higher. I am so much better than what I'm going through. The pain that dwells inside of me is longing for a breath of fresh air, a peak of light, knowing that my hope is built on nothing less than Jesus. Jesus, do you hear me? Jesus, do you see me? That wall that just hit my back as I slid down it with the scars and petted by the one I loved the most for so many years. Circles, around and around we go. Never to connect on an intellectual level, but only with beauty. See, the physical cannot go any further than that. The physical will stop you dead in your tracks, only for you to realize that all the levels that you thought you would experience with this being doesn't go past stop. When will you stop to notice your value has depleted? Because every time you solved a problem, it involves a thrust to the very walls you are supposed to protect until marriage. Now, every time you argue, the only way to make up is for him to caress those walls. No calmness, no peace, no compassion for your soul. Now you suffer in silence. You are silent because no one understands. You are silent because pity will not make you stronger. You are silent. Oh, excuse me. You are silent because pity will not make you stronger. Your strength can be made whole. Peace will surround you. Suffering is a pastime. You know what you deserve, and suffering is not one of them. Jesus came so that you can have life, and life more abundantly.
Now it was some, we've spoken about.
Right.
Yeah, she doing poet joint. Bust poets and shit.
We've
So,
spoken
yeah,
about
that's
there was some
essentially how the
gems
book
in there. That's all
I
I'm
got
saying.
lost. I got lost.
That's
in
what's
there. I was
up.
like, I was in there.
SariaFlow.com.
Yeah.
Yes, SariaFlow.com, guys.
Oh,
that
man.
was one, and I can read you guys Hidden Truth as well.
Hurry up. Let's go.
Okay.
Right back.
Have you ever looked in the mirror at yourself and wondered? No, not about how good you look or how your physique is tight, but you looked at yourself ashamed. Knowing each and every detail that transpired in your life wasn't in perfect peace. You reflected on all you've done and instantly turned away from that mirror. You knew that if you stripped, every insecurity would be exposed. So now you are naked, but still ashamed. Your truth can no longer hide. Hidden behind that perfectly beat face or that perfectly sculpted six-pack. Darkness fills the room, but your eyes are still ajar. This darkness that you are experiencing keeps you distracted of believing that there is a light. The moments that your eyes close, you begin to focus, realizing that this protection from what you've been facing is a vision of your future, only crafted by the hands of the Almighty. From the moment of this thought and this feeling. And then I also I play on words, so there's one chapter that plays on all the chapters. So listen out for that one and see if you can guess which chapter that is when you see it. But I play on words a lot. I play on words. It's kind of like a test of my.
No, you good. I was just coughing. My bad. No, I was just coughing. My bad.
But thank you guys. I'm glad you guys like this. This is the first feedback I'm getting.
This is the
And
first feedback.
I'm like,
yeah.
I had what is it?
Anxiety.
Yes, that's the word.
No, you don't.
I'm saying I had anxiety before I came here because I'm, what Erykah Badu say? I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my Yes, I was very sensitive about are people gonna get it? Are people gonna understand what I wrote and what I said? And do they really think this is,
You
cool?
have to put it out there to get the feedback.
Yeah, so,
It's necessary. It's necessary. It's like how else would you?
I can relate.
I'm about to say there's an audience for everything out here. You know what I'm
Very
saying?
true.
Absolutely.
But I also, because it's in a spiritual, realm, I didn't want people to think it's kind of like on that borderline, especially when I talk about the sex and all of that. A lot of people don't want to talk about sex in spiritual and the same thing. A lot of people, let's just be honest, women and men are going to church and still having sex.
Got to. You gotta keep the church going.
I'm just being honest with where I was. I was in a relationship and he needed to be pleased. So that's what I was doing. But, at the end of the day, it's like, I'm not going to be fake with what I was doing. If you're going to tell your truth, it needs to be the truth.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, it's amazing because like I said, I feel a little more connected to it because it's a little some of the things that I'm going through dealing with the not being married and being with a pastor's child, son for 14 years.
Wow. Pow.
And should I leave or should I stay just for the marriage? With it upon other things, but just listening to this is very enlightening. So
I got a question based on what you said transition into what you said. How strong is tradition in regards to women's decisions? And their interactions with men sexually, making the commitment into,
this could be like
deeper marriage relationships.
Like book
We ain't running out of time, are we?
Audio coming out with the group session.
Listen,
No,
y'all
no,
need
no.
to come to y'all need to come to the release and do interviews on the red carpet, okay?
Next week,
Yeah,
Friday
y'all
night.
can do it live from the release.
That'll be dope.
But what I was gonna say was to that is tradition is very big in my family from the women in my lives. Like, first of all, when my mom found out I was pregnant, I had literally just graduated from college, like a month before. So, she was mad at me,
Disappointed.
like, and then she told my grandmother, and my grandmother was mad at me, and it was like, you having sex, and I'm like, well, I did in college. I'm away from home, so I was very sheltered, my whole upbringing. So even if my parents probably did know that I have older brothers, if they knew that my older brothers was doing that, it's like a pat on the back for guys, but for their baby, their precious little jewel, you're not having sex, So for me, it was hard to tell. So tradition was very big for me, but that's one of the reasons why I did not stay, because traditionally it was, my grandparents were married for a very long time, like 50, 60 years. So that marriage was in front of me, which is why I wanted to marry this man, because I'm like, well, I had your baby. I'm marrying you. Ain't no other man.
I think the number one tradition that I see passed with women is the tradition of ignorance. That's what I see being passed around.
The views of Joe
I was
Marley.
waiting. I was waiting
The
on
tradition of
Joe.
ignorance. Because I mean,
Shot, boom.
no, I'm
He
just
can't
saying.
help himself,
No, I
man.
can't, and I won't. You know what I'm
He
saying?
did good for an
You know what I'm
hour.
saying?
Give him an extra 10 minutes. He gonna fuck it out.
No, look, I'm trying to tell you, I would like, if I had to make if I could use my voice for any kind of change, I would tell women, break the tradition of ignorance, Nick. You know what I'm saying?
Don't he
Like,
sound like a totally different person?
no.
From
I
what he
still,
did a
I
few
don't think
minutes
that a lot of
ago.
women know that they're ignorant.
But I
Can
think
you
ignorance.
No, time out. Time out.
Ignorance
Can you let the sister
goes
talk?
both
Can you let
ways.
the sister talk? Please, sister, can you please say that? Can you please say that, sister, please?
Okay, so I really don't think that a lot of women think that they're ignorant, only because of what they are exposed to. So if they're
that shit, man.
exposed to a certain thing, like, I mean, you're supposed to be brought up when you're growing up. You're supposed to be brought up by elders, like older women, and those older women are supposed to
sense.
show you how to carry yourself as a
Yeah,
woman.
yeah.
So if those older women are bringing you up ignorantly, this is what you're going to be accustomed to. Then you're going to expect that man, your boyfriend or whatever, to be this knight in shining armor when you don't even have. You are a jewel, but you're not being a jewel.
Yeah.
So it's like the ignorance comes with that, and I think that is
But
one
that
of the
doesn't
things
stay
that we suffer
singular.
with.
It doesn't say singular though. I mean, that spreads. It's like a contagion. That shit
Yeah.
spreads to her friends, and her friends have
But
babies.
you are the
and-
company you keep.
Yeah.
So you can't.
that-
And
Yeah.
then you're not gonna be ignorant around some women that are
Yeah.
classy.
I mean, if you ignorant, classy women, you wouldn't even attract them. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So
And that's
what-
so funny because I mean I was saying this earlier. I was talking to Cool Hunter earlier. We was talking about just like the company you keep and who you're around, and it's like you. Oh God, like I'm not a bougie type person where I'm like I can't hang with you, but I'm one of those people that I can hang with everybody, but I'm not hanging with anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it ain't gonna just be any type of body I'm gonna be with,
All day.
but I can hang with everybody because
That's
I
the
love
saying right there.
everybody.
That's what's
Hold on,
up.
say it
And
again
I
though.
said,
Say it again.
I said I can hang with anybody, but I'm not hanging with
Yeah.
everybody.
I say, you know what? I got a kind of different saying. I say I'm a people person that don't like people.
That's not the same.
Well, it's kind of
That's
it's on the flip side. Of that.
It's so funny,
It's on the back of
but
that
yeah,
coin.
I
Hers
mean,
is
I
better.
got
you should be able to hang with and be around different type of people, but you cannot roll with everybody. Like,
Well, see, like
Go ahead. Sorry.
like it's funny like you say that because it's like when it comes to men with women and interactions, it seems like women kind of can't peep when the dude ain't the right one sometimes.
No, I
yeah,
think
sometimes
that's
it's your
the-
radar.
I think women see, but they always want to try to fix.
Yeah.
We can't fix
Because we want to
everything.
nurture everything.
Well, it's
Yeah,
that.
that's nurturing. Trying to
It's
be a nurturing
those,
woman.
and it's the fact that some people, I'm not going to say men, are good at hiding shit.
Ooh, girl.
Nah.
Yes.
Please.
I totally disagree.
That are we that
Some
good?
people
I totally
are
guys are
Y'all might
stupid.
be. Y'all
Guys are
hiding
stupid.
things.
Guys,
Oh,
y'all
no.
giving guys
Oh my
too
God,
much
I was
credit.
saying that
Niggas
No.
are dumb.
That is very true.
Niggas
But-
are dumb.
But sometimes I think when we as women want to believe your dumbness, like we want to believe that you're not gonna give us no crap. You gonna actually be honest with us and give us the truth. But y'all still don't. I
Yeah.
don't understand why.
But see, that's what I'm saying though. It's the self finesse that women do. See, if you are out this joint from birth. And you're told that, you know, everything's supposed to make you feel good. Like, and that's the thing, man.
reality.
I tell motherfuckers all the time, the truest shit is the shit that you ain't gonna want to hear.
Hurt me.
You know what I'm saying? And
I'ma hurt
a lot of women don't be ready for that. A lot of women ain't ready for
A
that.
lot.
I am so
Hold on.
ready for
Well, you know, we know a lot of men ain't ready for that, but I ain't going.
I was
Yeah,
going to say
yeah.
people in general.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
ain't gonna
That's
go
true.
there.
That's true. That's
Not
true.
a
That's true. You
man-woman
right.
thing.
You right,
Go
T.
there.
You
Give
right.
me the truth. Even if
You
it
right.
hurt even if it hurt my feelings, I feel like let me be the one dealing with that. Like, you know, if I'm asking you, I'm probably asking you for a reason. Let's see if I already know. I'm gonna see how much you gonna
Because
give
we
me.
know a lot.
Yeah,
they
but
just
I
don't
mean,
know.
I hate
God
that
blessed
shit.
us with intuition.
Hard truth.
Yeah.
God
Sweet
bless
lies.
us with intuition,
Shit, I
and our
feel
my intuition is so high
Right on.
because I'm an introvert and I'm so observant.
Or is it paranoia?
No, I'm very
fucking with
observant.
I'm fucking
I'm a
with you.
Cancer. Me too.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Bunch of unstable motherfuckers.
Gemini's
Like,
Cancer.
bunch of unstable.
Emotionally
niggas.
unstable.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Everything you was saying, I was like, yeah.
That shit's about to be crazy as motherfucker, nigga.
Well, I'm not that type.
Okay, all right.
I'm not the psycho
what?
type. Where, yeah, but I do. Like I said, when I already said I was emotional, y'all should have picked up on that. Like, Cancer's
Right.
emotional.
We're
crap.
emotional, but we're very vocal.
We're very
We're
vocal, and I'm
expressive.
so like, you know, I'm that honest person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, be honest, because even if it's not something that I like, at least I know I could trust you. Even if you give me the roughest,
Right.
rawest way,
Right.
it's like, you know what? He told me that, but at least he told me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's not like, well, dang, I gotta figure out if this nigga lying. Now I gotta be an investigator.
Right.
First of all, I'm not about to do that. I don't want to be an investigator. I don't work for FBI.
Yeah.
I don't work for them peoples. So
But you know
I
what?
don't work for him, but I'm
Guys-
certified and licensed.
Oh shit! I don't like women like that, nigga. I don't like
What?
women.
I'm just
She said,
investigating.
yeah, I don't like shit like that. Don't
First
be
of all, I don't have that
credit
type of
checking
time.
my ass,
If
nigga.
I gotta investigate you, it's over.
Yeah,
It's over.
All that energy for what?
Because I always find out.
But see, what
Yeah.
happens in the dark is going to come to the light, regardless.
It's always gonna
No matter how much you try to cover it up, it's
Law.
going to be a time when you have a conversation with somebody, and it comes out. They probably forgot all about it, and then you just sitting there talking.
Yes.
It's random. It don't even have to be you bring it
Yeah.
up on purpose. It's like, hey, so I was with such and such, and this time they like, oh yeah, I had it. Oh, you did do that, huh?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm thinking about a meme.
Hey, look, when that
Good
happens, I
memory.
always say, this nigga lying. Anytime I come across something like that, I just break off in that little saying,
That's so funny.
this nigga lying.
I always laugh at this meme I see on social media where it's this woman just sitting and she's like trying to calculate shit her boyfriend told her like 2 years ago that ain't adding up.
Yeah.
And I'm
Oh
like,
my
that is so
gosh.
true.
Yeah.
Because men totally forget that they said
Say that
something
stuff.
and then it comes out so far later.
Well, in,
That's why I'm not
Women do it
investigating
too.
because it's gonna come out.
yeah, hell, but in men's defense,
I'm telling you, women do it too.
in men's
It's
defense,
a human thing,
Yeah,
not male or female.
that's
it's a
what I'm
human
saying.
Thing.
Well,
It's a-
but we speaking from outside.
yeah. But that's why I just wanted to
I take
defend it
what
a
I
little
just said
bit.
back. It's Women Appreciation Month.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fuck what I just said.
Appreciate our answers.
but what I'm saying,
Right.
but in men's defense, that's the ignorance that's passed through us, though. You know what I'm saying? Through tradition. You know what I'm saying? Where they teach us, they don't teach us how to be open and vulnerable. They teach
They
us
don't.
how to finesse. You know what I'm saying? What to do to get y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then, like I say, and that's what I like to tell dudes off the jump. Now I had to learn that every woman ain't for you to fuck, nigga.
Exactly.
Like every woman ain't for
Amen.
you to fuck, nigga.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying?
And then you
Hold
gotta
on,
be,
hold on.
you gotta be, ooh.
Did he just
You gotta
change
be
back
good.
to the Joe Moth before?
Nigga, hey,
the
look.
old
You see the
Joe
flip?
Moth?
Ain't no listen. First of all,
What's
if y'all
going
think
on?
you name one thing in life that's one way,
I'm just. It ain't your
no,
ass.
it ain't gonna be me.
It ain't your
If
ass.
you know what?
Did you
Thanks for
start
knowing
this
me.
episode?
Thanks for knowing me, nigga.
That's
Thanks
just
for
one
knowing me,
way.
nigga.
But you have to get back to that because
Yeah.
that right there, what you just said, is
Powerful.
for real.
Yeah.
Like
I know.
you guys do not have that, and I don't understand why. I don't understand why you guys are taught that.
There should be more
I
of
can
a
explain
filter.
that to you. I can explain it to
I
you
teach
easily.
my son different.
I teach my son different too, and my
Absolutely.
son. I don't care if y'all call my son emotional, but he gonna be a gentleman. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
I'm not teaching him to be emotional. I'm teaching him to be respectful and a gentleman. And I want him to appreciate a woman. And I say, even if you don't like that girl, don't disrespect her, because at the end of the day,
yes.
I never want my representation, because my son looks exactly like me. He's the male version. I don't want my son going around being this horrible human being because he didn't know how to share his feelings with a female that he didn't want to deal with no more, or that he didn't want to deal with at all. And it might be different for what his dad might tell him, but I'm pretty confident that his dad is not going to tell him to be this type of way to a woman. But I do know that most men, including his dad, including my brothers, were taught to just do this with a woman.
Because we built the taboo image was the more women, the more manly you are. You know what I'm saying? The more women you got, the more manly, the more you the man. You know
So
what
where
I'm
you
saying?
think that came from?
Insecurity.
that
It comes
started?
from
Men?
It come from a man's world. You know what I'm saying? Well,
So a man that was never married, or a man that was in his young age. Like, what do you think it started?
I think, but you know what? If you asking me, I think if you strip all the labels and you strip all the oppression, the supremacy, you strip all that, and they just have a free world out here. I think the concept of men and women would be a lot more freer. You wouldn't have all these motherfucking boxes and relationships be like, oh, it's just me and you. It's just me walking through the whole world. You and this one woman butt naked. You see another dude, and he walks off with it. I bet you won't be crying, nigga, because it's the only reason why we crying because we taught so much shit through tradition, dog. Like, I'm just saying, like,
Well, even in the Bible days, it was like that though. Like,
what, as far as being free like that?
being people cheating, people having more
That
than
ain't
one
gonna
woman.
stop
You
because
know,
we want more.
yeah, and I mean, it was just like, I'm about to get biblical real quick, but
Real quick.
yeah, King David.
Uh-oh.
Y'all know about King David? Y'all know what he did?
Real quick.
He saw a woman on top of the roof, Bathsheba, taking a bath. She was married.
I heard about that. Yeah.
He had sex with her, impregnated her, killed her husband,
Pussy
so he
was
could be with
good.
her.
Pussy was good.
Like, obviously. So it's just like,
It's just the biblical pussy, nigga. That shit be
it's
doing
like
it to niggas.
you, like this man did all of
That
this.
shit did it through a whole bottle, nigga.
You did all of that. You don't even, and this woman was married.
You about to close the curtain real soon.
Yeah.
Like,
Hold up.
that's crazy.
You know what I want people to teach their sons?
Uh-oh.
What?
It's cool y'all teach y'all kids, y'all sons how to get a woman, but teach them how to keep a woman.
Absolutely.
And I also say that to say every
I got
woman
that
ain't
written down in my
worth
notes.
every woman ain't worth keeping.
Right.
But learn how to recognize what type of woman is and how to keep her.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's something.
That is so
Cash,
that is so
shit.
important.
So
That
The
is so
ladies are
important.
getting they man.
I think that's so important
tonight.
because a lot of guys confuse the two.
Yeah.
You can't compare a woman who is great to a woman who is
Shit.
That ain't shit.
subpar. Yeah, but and
tell my
then try to
son,
compare like, oh, I don't
a
trust
woman
women
like me.
because of this,
Yeah.
but
For
you
real.
can't trust women because
That
of that
That
woman.
one person.
You gotta understand
You have to
who
understand
and
the
what you're
difference.
dealing
The
with.
discernment, it has to be on 100.
Right.
Like, you have to know how to
Discernment. Y'all niggas look that up. Y'all don't know how to spell that
Hell
or
no.
use that.
AKA
Stop
Nigga ain't
playing
even
around.
trying.
Intuition.
Nigga ain't even trying.
wisdom,
Sabria
wisdom.
is discernment.
Hey, but
Sorry,
look,
guys, I love words. I'm a
we
wordsmith.
are running out of time.
running out of
you know what I'm
time,
saying?
and
So
we are-
how about
so
we
fun.
everybody get a little final
is
thought
dope.
or whatever on whatever how you know what I'm saying, women
I
appreciate
think I
it.
had my final
Yeah, your
thought.
shit was dope. You just
it
shot the
was.
barrel right
It
there.
was amazing.
Y'all
It
got
was
anything
amazing.
y'all want to say?
I mean, just stay strong and just start being honest with yourself and with your partner.
Okay.
You know what I want to say is that
Talk it, huh?
it's beautiful when you're actually in the process of actually going after what you want in life. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of times that people talk about what they want or even have an emotional attachment to what they want. But you got to go after it, though. Like, you know how they say, like, life gives you lemons, you give them lemonade?
Yeah.
But I'm on the Spike shit. Like, life throw me lemonades, I'm going to fuck them back up. I'm not coming back weak.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So don't worry about where you at right now, where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? Tie your shoes up one step at a time. Keep it simple. Go to where you got to go.
All right, you got anything you want to say?
I just want to say, appreciate the right woman, and women, give men something to appreciate. Be
like
who
that.
you want.
I like that.
Be who you want to be treated like. So if you want to be treated like a queen, please be a queen. Wear your crown, and don't let it fall off, honey.
All right, and I'd like to say on the way out, women, if y'all, what I think y'all should
Don't
stop
say
doing.
no ignorant shit,
Nah,
Joe.
I'm gonna say some real shit.
Look at
I'm gonna
James.
say, hey, look, y'all need to stop measuring up y'all worth by what you see a man do, because if you did research, you knew y'all actually are better than men. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
Gods.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. But
Queens.
you keep on, you sell yourself short if you keep having that mindset. Well, men do it, I'ma do it. How about you be better than men, baby? You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Because you actually are. So on that way out.
Wait, no.
Drop the
Hold up.
headphones.
One last thing.
She had to slow me up. What's good?
So Crown 360 has started a new
Listen
a
up,
new
listen up, listen up.
initiative. Okay, so
Okay.
even
Oh,
though
yeah,
this
yeah,
is
yeah.
Women's Month, we want to celebrate the young man. So I was listening to the radio last week, I think it was, and
Last week.
around prom season, I always hear that, you know, people are donating dresses for girls, and, you know, makeup artists are donating their time, and hairstylists to make sure the women look, you know, nice for prom. And I was like, well, who takes care of the young men who can't afford to go to prom, who don't have suits and get haircuts and all that? So we're going to do a pay it forward initiative. And so all of us, we're going to get on Instagram and do a video, and we're going to tag 5 or 6 men that we know who would be willing to donate a suit or a haircut to a young man in need for prom. So if you have any leftover suits, any suits you can't fit anymore, anything that you were going to take to Goodwill that's still in good condition that you would rather, you know, help a young man out, you can bring them here to Studio 202 in DC in Rhode Island Avenue. And we'll also make sure that the young men get their haircuts for prom.
Hey.
So the
Awesome.
goal so far is to get 10 suits, but if we can get more than 10, that would be amazing. But we just want to make sure that the young guys aren't forgotten, and that, you know, they can go to prom looking nice too.
Yeah, so don't give us no 70 shit, man. Be
Ah.
reasonable, man.
And it
Go
doesn't
ahead.
have to be a full suit, you know, because, you know, kids these days, you know, they're
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of different.
let's be
so
real, let's be-
just
yeah.
anything that's like jazzy for prom wear.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
y'all be doing y'all be banging all that in the hood. You ain't got nothing on the petro, man. MC8 said that in a minute.
All right, look,
So
man.
you'll start
Amazing.
seeing that tomorrow and later on this week.
We
We'll
love
start
the
doing
people.
our
Hey,
videos.
we
Yes.
love the people.
We
man.
love the
It's just
people.
about, it's really about connecting and
we love the women,
community and
too.
Business.
Of course you do.
Hey, look.
Love the ladies.
We up out of here, though, y'all. Peace out till
All
next
right,
week,
y'all.
nigga.
Good night.